Zealand, an island nation set apart from the rest of the world. It's the last major landmass to be settled by people and the first to see the light. Wherever you go in New Zealand, you'll find dramatic natural landscapes, friendly people, and opportunities for adventure. You find it in very different ways in different parts of our country, because New Zealand is divided by mountains and straits into several distinct regions. 9 regions will give you 9 different reasons to visit New Zealand more than once. The south end of the South Island is about as far away from the rest of the world as you can get, and nature is always close by. At the very bottom of the country is remote and wild Stewart Island. The forests here are primeval, the bird life extraordinary. The towns and cities of the southern mainland move to a relaxed rhythm. The seasons are savoured here, and with them delicacies like the famous bluff oyster. Much of the region is covered in ancient forest. Moving up the eastern coast, you'll find the homes of penguins, seals and dolphins. The city of Dunedin has a history going back 150 years. Originally it was a Scottish colony, then a gold rush boom town. Now it's a charming university city with the best preserved Edwardian and Victorian buildings in the southern hemisphere. The Otago Peninsula is home to rare and unusual coastal wildlife. You can also discover the world's only mainland albatross colony. And in the north of the region are the 60-million-year-old Moeraki boulders. These marvellously huge marbles lie scattered over the beach. Nearby is the picturesque human landscape of historic colonial Oamaru, renowned for its Victorian architecture. From there, the native penguin colonies are easily accessible. Coastal Otago and Southland, wildlife, people and places at the edge of the world. In the centre of the Southern Lakes region is an area with some of the world's most stunning scenery. People come here from around the globe to gaze at the lakes, rivers and mountains, and to play on them. Queenstown, the hub of the region, is a year-round alpine resort and considered the adventure capital of New Zealand. Nearby is Arrowtown. It's a smaller and more sedate place, preserving the relics of the 19th century gold rush. Protected from the outside world by the grandeur of the mountains is Lake Wanaka. Crystal clear lake waters lap the shores of Wanaka town and the feet of the Southern Alps. To the west are two of the world's greatest hiking trails, the Milford and Routeburn tracks, while Milford Sound possesses one of the planet's most spectacular landscapes. The region also boasts world-class wineries and heritage trails, which take visitors on a journey back in time, allowing them to retrace the gold-digging past. Southern Lakes, the spirit of adventure. The Canterbury and West Coast region of the South Island is a place of dramatic diversity, an area to explore and enjoy. The region's largest city, Christchurch, is full of reminders of our colonial past, and it's also intermingled with the technology and style of modern life. It provides a gateway to a host of other places and experiences in the north of the South Island. East of the city is Akaroa. It sits at the edge of a beautiful harbour. Originally a French settlement, the town is elegant and full of character. Northeast of the region is Kaikoura, where the mountains meet the sea. Here you'll find underwater canyons where whales gather to feed. Further west, you can relax at the thermal spas of Hanmer Springs in New Zealand's Alpine Spa Village. From Christchurch, there's also the opportunity to take a spectacular train journey through the rugged South Island to the west coast. New Zealand's wildest area, the beautiful west coast, features Pancake Rocks, the blowholes at Punakaiki, and the Franz Josef and Fox Glacier among its most spectacular sights. Heading south will take you through the high country of Canterbury to the foot of the majestic Aoraki Mount Cook, with picturesque turquoise lakes and stunning mountain scenes. Canterbury West Coast, from the Alps to the ocean. At the northern end of the South Island are the winding, sheltered waterways of the Marlborough Sounds. This collection of drowned river valleys is a natural wonder unparalleled in New Zealand. This is the region of nature's infinite variety. The city of Nelson is the hub of a region abundant in vineyards. It produces a variety of wines and is world-renowned for its crispy Sauvignon Blanc. The area is also known for its delicious seafood and is home to some of New Zealand's most celebrated artists. Visitors love the way the Abel Tasman National Park mixes physical exertion with beach life. Whether it's hiking or kayaking, sunbathing, swimming or sedate snorkeling, there's something for everyone. Nelson Marlborough, the finer things in life. At the southern end of the North Island is the vibrant city of Wellington, the nation's capital. It's a sophisticated boutique city, a place for fine wine and creative cuisine. Yet it's only minutes from the rugged south coast and the many bushwalks that wind their way through the city. Wellington is also the site of New Zealand's extraordinary national museum, Te Papa. Not far away is the Wairarapa, a traditional rural area with exciting new winemakers and boutique accommodation. To the west of the region is the Nature Coast, including Kapiti Island, home to an internationally famed nature reserve, protecting some of the world's rarest and most endangered birds. Lower North Island, the heart of a nation. Further north, for the more adventurous, are two great rivers for rafting and exploring, the rushing Rangitikei and the mysterious Whanganui. The Whanganui begins high up in the volcanic plateau of the central North Island at Mount Tongariro. It passes through the native tree and fern-clad hills of the Wanganui National Park. To the far west of the region, facing the wild Tasman Sea, is a magnificent volcano, Taranaki, which dominates the province that shares its name. This is a region with a blend of natural beauty, attractions and activities. Western North Island, the real New Zealand. The east coast of this region is known for its magnificent vineyards. In Napier, the remarkable Art Deco architecture and farmers market selling locally produced food are a huge drawcard. Moving up the east coast, you'll find Gisborne with its beautiful beaches, an ideal place for swimming and surfing. Also on the Pacific coast, the Bay of Plenty offers hundreds of kilometres of beaches, harbours and islands, including New Zealand's only active marine volcano, White Island. Fabulous golden and white sand beaches characterises the last region to the west. The Coromandel has magnificent coastal scenery and a rugged, forest-cloaked interior. The Great New Zealand touring route links the Pacific Coast Highway with the next region on our journey, the Thermal Explorer Highway. The centre of the North Island is the land of fire. It's dominated by volcanic cones and great lakes formed by eruptions long ago. In the heart of the region is Rotorua, an area of geothermal surprises, including geysers, mud pools and hot springs. It's also one of the heartlands of the indigenous Polynesian people of New Zealand, the Māori. Moving to the south is Lake Taupo, renowned for its world-class trout fishing. At the bottom of the region is Mount Ruapehu. In winter, skiers flock to the mountain. In summer, hikers hit the trails. To the west is the Waikato, best known for the magical limestone glowworm caves of Waitomo. The centre of the north, a land of fire and spirit. In the north of the North Island is where our country began. In the south of this region is New Zealand's biggest city, Auckland. On an isthmus, almost completely surrounded by water, it's a city of 1 million people of all nationalities, but you're never far from nature or excitement. Nearby is Waiheke Island, famous for its Mediterranean microclimate and for its burgeoning wine industry and laid-back lifestyle. Nowhere in the north are you far from the ocean. The west coast is wild and untamed. You'll also find some of the world's largest and most ancient trees. On the east coast of the region, the warm sea is a marvellous playground. It's also home to some of our oldest settlements in the Bay of Islands. It was on the northern coast of New Zealand that the first settlers arrived from across the seas, from the islands of tropical Polynesia. Many centuries later, another people arrived by sea, the Europeans. Together, the two races formed a nation. In Māori folklore, the tip of the North Island, where the Pacific Ocean meets the Tasman Sea, is where spirits leap to make their journey back to their ancient homeland. The north of the north, the people of the ocean.